Canes fans, what did we just watch? Hold on, it's like I'm choking on something. Woo! Much better. I feel a whole lot better. Miami wins 38-34. And can I be completely honest? Miami escapes with a win 38-34. Miami played pretty bad overall. A lot of people think that, I'm going to come on here and only brag and only talk trash. That's not how I roll. Now, you best believe, hey, come on now, I'm going to celebrate a win. For all the people who were jumping in there, that was a catch. No, sir. Hey, go back and watch the replay. Hop on social media. If you believe that was, in fact, a catch for Virginia Tech, you need to get your vision checked, because that is just the craziest thing I have ever seen. So many people are saying that because they don't want to see Miami succeed, which is okay. If you're not a Miami fan, that's fine. But football is football, and you got to own up and be like, yes, that's the right call. Now, they made the wrong call on the field in the first place. It should have never even been called a touchdown. But thank goodness we're in 2024. They have multiple camera angles. There's no question. Bro did not have that ball, man. That thing was bobbling around all over the place. Here's the reality, though. I said I'll own up to it. It should have never came down to that. Miami was 17.5-point favorites in this game. Virginia Tech lost to Vandy and Rutgers. So it should have never even been this close. But I want to say something else. People act like that a close win isn't still a win. People get sick and tired of it. I fully understand, and I know why. But I'll take an ugly win over a loss, because at the end of the day, the Miami Hurricanes are 5-0 right now. And you best believe that if we had lost to Virginia Tech, everybody would be clowning us down in the comments. 1,000%. And not just Virginia Tech fans all across the country that root for other teams, because everybody wants to see Miami fail at this point. 7th-ranked team in the country, first ACC game. But this showed me some things. This did show me a couple of good things. And that is that this team didn't give up. First off, because this was a ton of adversity, right? Like, we had the adversity with the weather delay in the Ball State game, had to get refocused back up, get everything figured out. In this one, bro, Miami basically didn't even have control. Miami was playing from behind for most of the game. Every time we would try to make it a one-possession game, Virginia Tech would push it back out to 10. Their kicker is great, man. 2 50-plus yard field goals. Brent Pry, thank you for that fake field goal, by the way. Thank you. I could almost kiss you. Thank you so much for that. But Cam Ward, look, hey, there's a couple different ways to look at this. And let me know in the comments how you view it. Cam Ward had 2 interceptions and a fumble. Obviously, not his best game. Very far from his best game. And the reality is Virginia Tech capitalized on those turnovers. 2 of them equaled touchdowns, and 1 of them would have been a field goal if they hadn't have tried to fake it. So Cam Ward, in a way, put Miami in a pretty bad spot. But at the same time, he put the team on his back late in the game, and he made some big-time throws and picked up some crucial first downs with his legs. Did he not? And you know that I'll be open and honest about it. So he did some bad things, some things that we hadn't seen from Cam Ward so far this season, but the level of competition did go up, and at the end of the game, we walked away with a victory. And thank freaking goodness for Xavier Restrepo once again, because my man kept that drive alive. You know the one I'm talking about, the one where he was literally on his back, and he caught the ball on the 4th down to move the chains. We might not even be having this conversation if he had not have caught that ball. Hadn't have caught the ball. That would. I'm going to tell you something. I would rather play on a Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on PBS than play a freaking Friday game. I think that it should be illegal. And anyone who ever decided that college football games can be played on a Thursday or Friday should be in prison. Lock them up and throw away the key. Thursdays and Fridays are extremely bad juju. Stop the weekday games. I'm going to start a petition. Please, no, never. Because Miami, struggles in those a lot of times. And thankfully, we turned a corner here with this one. I know that it was ugly. Look, I watched the game. I was live for the game. I see the stats. We're going to talk about the stats in a second. You can dog me all you want. You can trash talk Miami Hurricanes fans. But is your team 5-0? Is your team 5-0? Straight up, answer me. Because if you say no, then what are you in here talking about? Because people act like I am not crowning this team early. People were in my live stream saying, Coop, you said this was a national championship team. Find a clip of me saying that, and it's not me reading a comment or just openly discussing it and talking about it. I do not make postseason predictions. I don't make conference championship predictions. I don't make college football playoff predictions. None of that. And I actually, in my full season prediction, had this down as a loss. And then I changed it to a win for my week-to-week prediction. Not change it, but we do 2 separate predictions, right? Full season game by game and then week to week. And I put it down as for week to week for a win. But boy, was I wrong on the score. 45-13. Dang, Coop, I guess I'm close to the 45 for Miami, but I completely disrespected the Hokies. They gave Miami a heck of a game. And there's a reason why this was such a heated rivalry going way back to before the ACC days. Like the Big East days. And I'll be real. And that play right there, bro. The play where Cam Ward was able to improvise and it looked like he was going to take a sack and it's some backyard football and he tosses it over to Williams. This is what I'm talking about. 9 out of 10 college football quarterbacks take a sack right there. But not Cam Ward. But I am happy that the Virginia Tech game, is back. I know it's easy to say that now, that we got the win. But I mean it. Virginia Tech, I don't say this often, but respect to you for coming into Hard Rock and punching the Miami Hurricanes in the mouth. Because we could not stop drones for the most part. We couldn't stop tooting. Like, you guys were in control for the majority of the game. And it came down to a freaking final pass here at the end where you had a chance. Like, you legitimately had a chance, which is super scary. But Miami fans are hoping that we learn from this. We are used to these calls not going our way. So that's why Miami fans are really celebrating. There will be those that say, I'm super upset because it shouldn't have been this close. I get you. I totally get you. But typically these games do not go our way. I really thought it was going to be a repeat of last year late in the game. 4-0, first ACC game at night at Hard Rock. We lost the last time this happened. Literally last year. This time, we come out on the other side with a win. Stupid penalties. Once again, some really dumb ones on us. We had 6 of them, shooting ourselves in the foot. Turnovers killed us. And the fact that Virginia Tech was able to turn those into points almost cost us the freaking football game. 508 yards of total offense, 10 of 16 on third downs. I'll take it. 343 passing, 165 rushing. In the first half, Miami had 32 rushing yards. I know this is a big topic people debate. Dawson has come out and spoke on it. Take what the defense gives you. If they're stacking the box, be throwing the ball. You can spin this a couple of different ways. I know it's still going to be a hot topic. Martinez versus Fletcher versus Allen versus Lyle. I totally get it. But they end at 165 in the second half. We weren't able to flex on Virginia Tech as much and bully them in the entire game, but not in the second half, especially like I thought we would. That has been our bread and butter, is a close first half. We dominate the third quarter, and then we whoop your booty in the trenches in the second half of the game. And Miami was not able to do that. Virginia Tech was able to hang for the entire game. So Miami has a ton of things that they need to clean up and get better at. Again, 3 turnovers for the Canes, only 1 for Virginia Tech. Cam Ward, 24 of 38, 343, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. A lot of people were asking the question, does this hurt his chances in the Heisman race? And I think, number one, if you were to ask Cam Ward, I know that's not the question, he would say, I don't care. He's worried about trying to win. with this football team. It's a team sport. It's not just about him. Does it hurt it? I don't know. Again, it depends on how you look at this game. Do you look at it as he put the team on his back and he helped Miami come back to a win? We drove down the field, multiple times, put it in the end zone? Or do you focus on the 2 interceptions and the fumble? Depends on who you ask, right? Martinez led the way in rushing with 60, but that's on 14 carries. Ward did rush in a touchdown, so that was pretty cool to see. Tight ends got involved. I'm happy that this list grew. This right here was way too short going into halftime, but it finally grew, spreading the ball around right. And another shout out. Yo, that just reminded me because I saw Chris Johnson's name. Thank you. Hey, listen, bro, with the cooked turkey in the background. Thank you, Chris Johnson, because without that big kick return in the second quarter, right there when the time was running out, it was able to set up Andy Borregales for a long field goal, which cut that down to, I believe, a 7-point game at that point, with Virginia Tech receiving to start the third quarter. So that was huge. Literally every play, every down mattered in this game. Every single one of them. Every inch. And thank goodness freaking Chris Johnson turned on the Jets and returned a big kick. We had Powell with the interception. Borregales again hitting the 56-yard field goal? 50-plus yard field goal. Look, I'm not content with the performance. If you're a Miami fan, you feel a little disgusted. You've got an upset stomach. You're kind of like, what is this team? This is not who we thought they were. But at the same time, even great teams, and I'm not making any predictions or anything. I'm not crowning this team. But even great teams have to escape with a victory. Do you think that Georgia fans now are like, we just are absolute trash because we barely beat Kentucky? Well, maybe. They might be saying that. But it doesn't change the end goal for the season because they still won the football game. I am not comparing Miami to Georgia, but what I'm saying is sometimes you have to escape with a win. You have to scrape by. And that's what we did. I would much rather be on that end of it than the losing end. Wouldn't you? I'm just saying. So, it's funny, the Final Thoughts video kind of fit because I said Chokey's in trouble. And look, I honestly feel weird trash talking Virginia Tech because they just played too good of a football game against Miami. You can say they choked at the end because he didn't make the catch, but bro, I was holding my breath. Listen, my butthole had never been so puckered in my entire life. I'm talking road trip. You had Taco Bell. There's not another gas station for 25 miles. It was worse than that. Listen. Way too close for comfort. A 4-point win as a 17.5-point favorite at home against a 2-2 ACC team. But it shows the level of competition jumped up, and it shows that Miami absolutely has stuff that they need to work on. Defense, they exploited Miami's defense big time. Are you telling me we've been hyping up this D-line? Look at the sacks. Look at us shutting down the run. And then are you telling me they have one go-to guy, Tootin? And yeah, they have a dual-threat quarterback. It is what it is. I mean, Drones rushed for 43. Tootin rushed for 141. That might be his biggest game of the season. I know he's had 100-plus in every game but Vandy, but this might have been his biggest game. What happened to that Miami run defense? That's very worrisome, for sure, because it's going to start getting more and more difficult. We got to travel to Cal. We got to play Louisville, who might be undefeated if they can take care of Notre Dame. So, still definitely some things to worry about. And for anyone who wants to clown Miami fans again, we're very happy to be 5-0. But we're also not completely blind and oblivious to the issues that Miami does have. They're not perfect. But that's why that's why they keep practicing. It's why they continue to try and get better each and every week. And hopefully this was a real wake-up call And I mean, Miami put up 14 in the first quarter. We had been starting kind of slow, but then only 3 in the second. But then ended strong with 14 and didn't completely dominate the third. But we held Virginia Tech to 3 in the third, and that was huge. That was huge. And I want to give a shout out. This is the quick instant reaction, guys. So I don't go super deep. We'll dive a little bit deeper on Sunday night. I usually do a late stream. We'll try to dive a little bit deeper on that. But 2 shout outs. First off, I got this sent to me on Twitter. They got your boy Coop up on a 12-foot projector screen outside while watching the game. How freaking funny is that? So shout out, man. I need to get your name. Let me find your name while I give the other shout out here. The other shout out is just to the viewers, man. I don't know what his actual name is, but his handle is at Miami Dolphins 79. I appreciate you sending me that, man. That's really cool stuff to see that. We hit 25,000 subscribers tonight. That's a huge milestone for me. I had set a goal to hit 25K by the end of the college football season. We're 5 weeks in, and we hit it literally tonight. We had over 1,500 people in the stream. Now, granted, at least half of y'all were there to try to make fun of me and the Miami Hurricanes because you thought, that's right, you thought you got ahead of yourself. You thought Miami was going to lose. So you wanted to see me rage. You wanted to see me break my keyboard. Man, I just noticed, look at this siren stand. Can y'all see how, like, this thing, I don't know if you can tell. It's like, I don't know. It's seen better days. We're going to have to figure out some other solution possibly. I don't know. But shout out to the college football family for getting Coop to 25,000 subscribers. We'll do some kind of celebratory stream here soon. We'll do some giveaways or something to give back to the community. So thank you for that. I said I'm 5-0. Miami's 5-0. Our squad, our team is 5-0. We get out of Hard Rock with a win. Virginia Tech, you gave Miami a heck of a game. Scared us, man. Scared us. There are people that are going to have to up the blood pressure medication. Some people that are going to be getting prescribed some blood pressure medication coming up this week. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is a safe space. You can vent about the game. You can celebrate. You control. You control. It don't matter to me. You can talk all you want to talk because, once again, my team is undefeated.